But yeah, it's in a really rough state right now, but I believe if they fix all the problems that's currently with it, I think it's going to be a really great hunting game. Because they have elephants, they have giraffes, they have, I mean, like, they have all kinds of, their Africa map looks amazing, and then they released a build that you can't hunt on just yet, but they released a build of their other map recently, and that map looks like it's going to be a beast as well, so. Give me 1 second. Alright guys, this is going to be the last attempt for the stream. For whatever reason, YouTube is just not wanting to work properly today. So for those of you that are on the stream, unfortunately, if it cuts us off again, I may have to end the stream for the day and just finish it out with Colton and Zero for the remainder of the time. Because unfortunately, I'm just not going to keep battling the internet. So we're going to try this again, and if it crashes again, we'll try it one more time, and then after that, I'll have to just give up on it. Because I don't want to have to restart the stream 5 or 6 times in one day. I really don't know what's going on with YouTube. It ain't my internet connection. It's still showing that it's strong. So I really don't know what it is. Thank you, Ostrich. I appreciate it, man. But if you want to hang out with us, you definitely can. I mean, if we find this Haggis, it's going to be insane. Well, just like I said, though, we're going to keep it up. For anybody who's coming at a later time, if you guys are my mods and you guys see this and we're no longer live, but you're watching this video, come to my community tab. I will keep checking it and let me know if you guys are able to join. So far, Wolf Boss is our only other mod that was supposed to join us today. And he was supposed to join us about an hour ago. So hopefully he'll be able to come in today. But if the stream crashes again, guys, I'll probably just have to give up on streaming today. I'll keep playing with Colton and Zero, and if we find him, I'll make a video of it. But I'm not going to keep restarting the stream. That would be annoying. Level 4. Nothing up here. I was checking these goats, seeing if there's anything up here worth shooting, and there ain't. Oh, well. Dude, I don't even know where I am. Where am I at on the map? I've been focused so much on talking, I've just been running blindly. Good grief. 3 years into live streaming, I've still got teething problems. See, can I use that perk real quick? Actually, the other one, I mean. Yes, I can. Alright, guys, let's do this again. So where do you guys think I should go on the map to use the perk again? This will unlock a random amount of, I'll tell you what, let me actually go back to where we did it last time, because last time it was a dud. So let me actually go back to where Zero is over here, and, I'll use this skill again and see if we can get the feed zones. Because last time it only gave us rest zones, and that was a dud. Yes, yeah, it's actually in the skills. It's under Ambusher, and it's at the very, very end. It's the one where if you go up to outlook points, it'll unlock zones for you. And the Haggises, a lot of them have been found within 500 meters of the outlook posts, towers on the map. So the only one that you wouldn't want to worry about is obviously the outlook on the bottom of the map because it's below the river. But all the other ones, yeah, you can definitely do it. But remember, if you use this ability and all you get is rest zones, it is not going to help you because the Haggis does not rest. It does not drink. So it feeds only. So you're only wanting to look for feed zones. But yeah, if you're looking at the stream right now, you'll see how it works. You just walk up to this thing, you click the button, and then you have a 30-minute cooldown. You can reset the cooldown by resetting your game completely, like closing down the game and restarting the game. It'll give it back to you as soon as you get back. But I just don't like doing that where I have a disc. And my disc I've owned it since 2017, and I just don't want to risk hurting my game. So that's the reason why I don't restart. I just go every 30 minutes. Alright, let's see. Let me check my zones, see if we got an unknown zone. If it says unknown, that's how you know that it's right. It's either undiscovered or unknown. It's something, so if we got a feed zone that says either one of those two, we know we found the Haggis. But so far, it looks like we're going to strike out, because it just does it by random. I will say that I hope that in the future, if they're going to do a quality of life change for the dogs, I would love to see the pointer where you could like literally choose an exact class of animal you want it to track. Because right now, if you put it on medium game, it's like 5 or 6 different classes that it's tracking instead of just one. And it would be so much easier if you could just make it level 2 and make it to where it's only going to track level 2 animals and below. Because that would make it so much easier to find the Haggis for the dog that way. I do not see an unknown, so unfortunately it does not look like it's the case. Oh well. Zero, I'm going to leave it to it, man. I'm going to move back. Good luck with your fox. I hope you find him. Oh, he shot something. What'd you shoot at? Did you shoot at something, or was that is that the multiplayer bug? Oh, I think. Oh, I believe you, Micah. Just like I said, if I were to open it to the public, though, and I let anybody on my map, some randoms could end up getting on here and could end up stealing it from me. It's just this stream, Micah. This particular stream is for mods only. I may consider opening up my Scotland map to subscribers in the future. But like I said, that's a maybe, and it'll probably be next month before I do that. But we'll see. Like I said, this is just a way to reward my moderators because they've been doing a really great job. So I decided to do a multiplayer stream with them before our big multiplayer stream. So that way they can just have some time with them, just one-on-one with me. Yeah, I got you, Zero. Yeah, I was wondering what you're shooting at there. I was about to leave and I heard you blast away and I was like, what was that? I didn't know if it was a multiplayer bug or what it was. Alright, I'm gonna leave. I just looked over this other side. Didn't see anything. Yeah, where am I gonna go? Let's see where... Yeah, dude, like I said, I have at least 30 to 50 hours on this map. Like, I wouldn't doubt it if I had 50 plus. I just put 30 plus hours on the stream because I know that it's at least that. I really have no idea how much time I put in on this thing. I've been after this Haggis very heavy. So, I mean, like I said, this is what I'm actually kind of like siding with some people right now that believe that the older accounts are bugged. Because there's some people that have been hundreds and hundreds of hours and they've been on the game for years and just have not even found their Haggis. Whereas people that started a new account this year or last year found their Haggis within a few hours. So, like I said, I really do believe it's bugged. You can find a Haggis immediately right now if you wanted to, but you'd have to hit new game. And I don't want to do that. Because I have over 4,000, I have $4 million in that and have all kinds of grinds going on right now, so I'm definitely not doing that strategy. If they come out and say that it's bugged, I'll just rather wait for a fix. $4 million? Yeah, I just got $4 million. That ain't that much, right? Yeah, I know, man. It is light work. But I don't mind it. It's easy living. Oh, man. But yeah, I just don't have anything to really spend money on other than ammo anymore, so it just saves and saves. The only time I really spend money on anything is whenever I reset my skills and perks for the Haggis hunt, or if I'm needing to buy tents and tripods. So if you guys want to make big money on Call of the Wild, Great One grinding is the way to go, especially if you're grinding animals that are $1,000 a pop. At least that's my outlook on it. Yeah, your dogs can track the Haggis too, but the problem is like I said, they track like 6 different classes at one time. So I just find it kind of useless because because unless you just randomly get lucky enough for your dog to just track the Haggis, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed to go after a goat or a fox every time. So I just kind of quit using my pointer. I really wish the Call of the Wild would put a patch in where you could literally choose exactly which class of animal you want it to track. What's up, Ostrich? Will I ever make you a mod, Micah? In a couple of years, Micah, because I know that you're only 10 or 11 years old right now, and like I said, I want you to be at least 13, so it'll be a couple of years. But as long as you're still around on my channel at the time and you're not complaining or anything like that about certain things, because like I said, man, you have been complaining a lot on the channel lately about when things don't go your way or whenever you don't get involved and stuff. So, like I said, as long as you're doing good at that time, and I want to make you a mod, you have a chance at being a mod. But yeah, to answer Ostrich Farmer's thing too, the way you guys can be mods is number one, I have to make it to 1,000 subscribers. That'll be the next time I'll add stuff. Is either whenever I need the extra help. So if we have like 30 plus people in chat and my mods are having a hard time showing up, I'll have to add more to help me. Or if I hit 1,000 subs. At 1,000 subscribers, I'll be adding a few more people. So and you have to be at least 13 years of age, and you have to be pretty educated in Call of the Wild. That's the only 3 rules. You have to be on the channel for a long time. You have to be at least 13 years, and you have to be very educated in the games that I play, excluding storyliners. The games that I play is like Call of the Wild and the hunting and fishing games that I play. At least one of them. It is so hard to remember to check out these pink flowers. You think you might get a Haggis on your other account on Xbox? Dude, honestly, if I didn't care whether or not my Haggis was in my main lodge or not, I wouldn't care to do a new game on a new account. It's just the fact that you can't put it in your main account. And that's the reason why I don't do the new game thing, or make another account, is because I want it to be in my main lodge. So again, if the developers do come out and confirm that it is bugged for older accounts, then yeah, I'm just gonna wait till they have a patch for it. Now, Micah, if you're still out there, man, I want you to know that you're a really, really good subscriber. I do enjoy your company on my streams and stuff, man. But yeah, almost every event that I've done in the past couple of months, or stuff that I've done with people, you've had something to say about it, and obviously that's kind of disrespectful considering that that I at least involved you. But like I said, man, you got to be a team player, and whether things go exactly the way you want it to go or not, you have to find ways to enjoy the way that I do things on the channel. Whew, I thought for a minute there that I found a diamond red deer, and it was just a big level 7. Those level 7s with those giant racks, they always trick me up. Honestly, I think that the level 7 racks should be mythical racks, in my opinion. Because they have some level 7s that are like actually better than the mythicals. If you know what I'm talking about. Like the big cluster rack level 7 rack, in my opinion, that should be a mythical rack. It's not quite big enough to be a diamond, in my opinion, but I think that it would be really nice to up that one into the mythical range, and then make one that's similar to it but a lot smaller to take the place of it in the 7 range. The red deers in general just need a rework, in my opinion. I would love to see them level 7s and above have the big thick patch of fur around their necks. I'd like to see some brand new racks come to them, and obviously the number one thing for me is I would like to see more variations in the great ones. That's the only reason I don't grind them. You're thinking about resetting your account after a while playing and doing a good bit of trophies for the Haggis, even though I don't really like the Haggis. Just that way you'll be able to come onto my map. Micah, I've already told you a couple times, man, and you may have just not seen it or anything, but I'm no longer doing that. There is now a guaranteed method for people to put Haggises on their maps, and and I know there's not a lot of people on my channel, but if I had like several people that did that method and then wanted me to come to their map, it would be very stressful on me to find times to do that. So I'm no longer coming to people's maps if they find a Haggis. I've backed out of that, unfortunately. Like I said, if another animal comes out in the future that I feel that I can do that with, I will. But where there's now a guaranteed method for the Haggis, I don't want to do that anymore because I'd be too afraid that everybody would start doing that method if they wanted to. So the method is that you hit new game, and then whenever you first hit new game, your map is going to okay, I'm getting tongue tied again. I'm sorry, man. So you hit new game. The first map you want to load into is Scotland. And then after you load into Scotland, you want to set the time to like 6:30 in the morning, so like the beginning of Haggis feed time. And then from there, you want to start completing the missions up until you get done with the Haggis related missions. So you're going to go to the outpost at the bottom of the map, the Outlook Tower, and then you're going to go to the outpost, which starts the second thing of missions. And then from there, you're just going to follow the Haggis mission line until you get it completely done. Once you've completed that, you then will be at this place. I'm trying to make it make sense. But during one of the Haggis missions, you end up going up to this place on this mountain that has like a little bench on there. You shoot this little hat out of a tree, which is supposed to be a fake Haggis. And then from there, you want to make your way to the haunted house, which is to the right-hand side of that area, and then make your way to the mountains. When you're up in the mountains, as long as it's around 10 o'clock in the morning, you then just want to start searching your map. And people are finding the Haggis within like 4 hours of searching after that point. So it's like a guaranteed method to make that work as long as you do everything correctly. If you're wanting to watch it yourself, Hales Hunting is a Call of the Wild YouTuber. She has a video on that'll show you exactly how to do it, and so does Maggie, which is Magis. He's a Dutch or Dutch. He doesn't speak English, but he has his videos dubbed, and he'll show you how to do it as well. But yeah, it's basically just to just follow the mission timeline through the Haggis hunting, and like once you get done with shooting the thing out of the tree, you then just make your way to the haunted house, which is that little green question mark to the right side of it. And then from there, you just make your way to the mountains that's across the way from that house. And well, for whatever reason, that's like a guaranteed spawn, as long as you've gotten there by 10 o'clock, like 10:30. Like, I don't know how people find this stuff out. Like, I don't know if they like plan it out and then it just works, or if they just like, hey, I did this a couple times and it worked twice. Like, I don't know how people do this in certain video games where it's like, do this, this, and this, and it guarantees that. And it's like, did you like intentionally like rehearse doing this and then it just works? Or I really have no idea. Just some of these things that people do in games are just incredible, and it makes me really wonder. You know what I'm saying? It makes me wonder, how did they figure this out? You live on this channel. I don't want to leave, take a shower because Haggis is rare, and I don't want to join lives. LOL. I'm gonna go take a shower. You're fine, man. And like I said, if the Haggis shows up, I'm gonna be live, guys. Okay? It doesn't matter if this stream crashes. What I was saying is a few minutes ago is that if the stream crashes again, I'm just not gonna turn on the stream until 7. But if me, Colton, and or Zero and Wolfboss find the Haggis between now and 7 o'clock, I will go live again to shoot him on stream. So I'm just saying I don't want to just keep battling the live streams. But right now it looks like it's still working, so as long as it stays on, we'll have no issues. You got to eat supper. That's fine, Zero. Zero, are you wanting to leave the game, or you want to eat while you play? Because if you're needing to leave, then I'm gonna back out and then just open it for me and Colton. Like I said, I just don't want any random spot being taken. Oh, you're fine, Ostrich. It's basically the same meaning. If you live this channel, you love the channel. You know what I mean? If you live it, you love it. So, I mean, it made sense. And I appreciate your support, man. I'm glad you enjoyed being here. You see, Micah, right there, man, is what I'm having trouble with you with lately. Is that you are really picky about how people word stuff, and you can get offended very easily, and then you'll end up saying things that are meaner than what they said to you. And then also, like I said, you complained about the placement I gave you in the trophy competition instead of just being grateful that I even gave you a place. And then, like, I've played some games this year that you had to go out of your way to tell me that it was sensitive content and stuff. I mean, dude, you're trying to act like a mod when you're not a mod yourself. And then you're smarting off to other people whenever they try to do things like that. So not only you're being hypocritical in that way, but you're also kind of being a jerk by doing this kind of stuff. So, I mean, like I said, just find a way to relax and be okay with certain things. But I mean, like I said, he didn't say anything wrong. Like, I look back at that, Micah, there was nothing that he said that made him act like as if he was a mod or anything. So, I mean, you just went out of your way to smart off to him, and I'm just not very fond of that. So, I mean, as long as you keep doing that attitude and stuff, you'll never be a mod. I mean, I'll let you be a viewer, I'll still talk to you and everything, but I'm not going to let anybody be a mod on my channel if they're going to constantly be complaining and wanting things to go their way. Because this is my channel, I'm going to play the games that I want to play, and I'm going to run it how I want to run it. And there isn't one person that I like over top of other people. I let people be mods based on their skill level and the way they communicate with people in chat. So, like I said, over complimenting me, which is not something I'm pointing you out for or anything, but over complimenting me, trying to fluff love the channel and stuff like that isn't going to get you anywhere either. It's all just based on your own skill level and the way you talk to people. And by the way you've been talking to me and the way you've been talking to people, it's not mod material, man. So, but you still got a couple of years anyways. So as long as you improve over these next couple of years, I'll still consider you. Ostrich, I do appreciate. I do apologize for that, man. You didn't do anything wrong. I've looked back. You didn't say anything. Not that I can see. So I didn't see him deserving that. Yeah. All right, you're fine, man. No problem. Just like I said, as long as you're staying on the map, that's all that matters. All right, man. You're good. Let me see, Micah. Hang on a second. Micah, he wasn't, see, like, that's my point, man. I see the sentence that he said, but he's not telling you that you don't know what you're talking about. What he's saying is that you don't know when you're going to be chosen for things, and you should find ways to be thankful for it, is what he's saying. He's not saying that you don't know anything about stuff. He's just saying that you don't know when you're going to be involved, so you should find ways to be thankful for these things, instead of being upset. Like, he wasn't being mean to you in the slightest there. And I'm always going to be fair to you guys. So, I mean, like I said, if I'm, you just got to learn to not be so touchy. And if you're questioning things, you can always ask me in the chat and I'll look back and see. I mean, I just don't want anybody, being misunderstood or anything. And that does include you. So, as far as, like, if anybody were to bully you or do anything to you, I'd protect you as well. But at the same time, I mean, like, if I notice that you're misunderstanding people, I'll also let you know. But yeah, you just misunderstood the way he worded that. He wasn't being mean to you. Because you got to look at the way he's worded that. He says, I'm with D-Train. You just don't know nowadays, and he's a fair player. So what he was saying with that is you just don't know. Nowadays, it's you misunderstand people. You may not know when you're going to be chosen to be involved in certain things and when you won't be. And he's also letting you know that I'm fair to everybody. So I mean, that's all he was saying. He wasn't saying anything that was aimed at you. What's up, man? Let's see. I'm looking up. I see a sky, a few clouds. That's about it. Sorry, nothing exciting. No ducks this time. Micah, that's my point, man. I mean, let's go ahead and just do what Colton says, since he actually is a mod and knows what he's doing. Let's just drop the whole subject. It was just a misunderstanding. Nobody meant to hurt anybody. But like I said, man, it's not your place. Okay, you're not a mod, so it's not your place to tell people whether they're acting like a mod or not. That is up to my mods for that. And my point being is that that's making you out to be a mod when you're not either. So you're being hypocritical by doing that to other people. Because that's not your place. Your place as a viewer is literally just to be involved with what's currently on the screen, not with what people are saying in chat, unless you're being bullied. So if you're going out of your way to tell people like how to do things and how not to do things, you as well are acting as a mod when you're not yourself a mod. So that is kind of being hypocritical. But like I said, if you're ever questioning how somebody's wording stuff, just ask them if they meant it that way. And if they said yes, then yeah, me and my mods will step in and we're not going to let anybody be harassed. But if they say, no, I meant it this way, then at that point, you know that you shouldn't have got mad at them because you went out of your way to ask. So if someone ever words something a certain way and you don't know how they're meaning it, just ask them. And then we'll handle it, or then we'll handle it if it turns out they're being mean to you. I'm not very big on yogurt myself. I tried it when I was a kid, and I'm not too big on it. I do like, obviously like ice cream and Jellos and then puddings, but I've never been really big on like yogurt for some reason. I don't know why. Frozen yogurt's okay. Like I'm actually okay with like frozen yogurts, but I still don't prefer. I still prefer ice cream over it. But frozen yogurt's pretty good. Like the dairy, like the ice cream type yogurt. I forget what it's called. Yeah. Dude, there's so many foods that you got to put something on it to make it good, man. Like I don't care what people say, you can't have a plain hot dog and it be good. I have to put mustard on mine. You know what I mean? Or a plain burger. You know what I mean? Like it's like no, there's got to be condiments and tomatoes and pickles and stuff on it. So I get that. Yeah. I don't know. Like, what kind of yogurt do you like? My wife, she likes the Yoplait Greek vanilla light. Is what she likes. Oh, is it like an off-brand? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that hers is Yoplait at least. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know what the brand is myself. I just know what the flavor is. I know that she likes the light Greek vanilla. Okay, Micah, I've already made my point with you, man. Okay, we're trying to be very respectful to you, and we're trying to respectfully let you know how to be as a viewer on my channel. And and your true colors are showing again, man. Like I said, you are somebody that will complain and fight if things ain't going your way, and I'm not very fond of that. So you can either drop the subject and move on and have a good time with our stream, or if you continue to smart off to people, I'm going to ban you from today's stream. It's your choice, man. Like I said, I want you to be here. I want you to have fun. But you did just say something else smart aleck to somebody else, and I'm not going to put up with that. Okay? We're trying to make you understand that nobody pointed you out. We're trying to make you understand that you did not have that you were wrong in reacting the way you did, and that you should be able to just drop everything and move on and have a good evening. But if you keep talking this way in my chat, Micah, I'm going to end up banning you for the evening, and you won't be able to join the chat tonight. So, like I said, I'm not banning you from the channel, but I'm going to keep you from being able to talk in chat. So, yeah, you can either drop it and try to have a good time doing other things, or you can keep complaining and you won't be on here no more. I'm kind of losing my patience with you, man. I'm trying to be very, very nice. I'm trying to be respectful and fair to you as I am with everybody. But yeah, I know you're only 10, but that's not going to give you a free pass. Like I said, I'm not letting anybody be a smart aleck to other people or be mean to other people in my chat. Especially if they're ignoring me directly and my mods trying to tell them that he just had a misunderstanding. But that's the last thing I'm going to say on it, Micah. But that's your final warning, man. If I see you say anything else mean, smart aleck, or sarcastic in the chat, you're going to be kicked out of the chat for the night. So, and I hate saying that because you're a really great viewer. You're one of my biggest supporters, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to let anybody do that. Thank you, Colton. I appreciate you, man. I can get distracted and not look at chat sometimes, so. Let me see. I am still checking all these red grouse. Like, I'm not shooting any of them unless they're diamond potentials or rares, but it's like, I love them so much that I just can't help but at least spot every single one of them I find. Just to see what it happens to be. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, by the way, if it's a haggis, I forgot to tell you this. Whenever you hear a haggis' warning call, well, the thing about it is that the haggis, you can only hear them if you're within 150 yards of them. So you have to be, like, really close to them before you'll be able to hear their warning calls. But they sound like bagpipes, or they sound like a dying crow at times, and other people have described it as a dying cat. So they make, like, really weird screeching noises, or you'll end up hearing bagpipes, and that's how you know it's a haggis that you're hearing. So, but they said it's very faint, and sometimes the game bugs and doesn't show you the parentheses. So, the little indicators. So if you just happen to hear like a little bagpipe noise in the background or some sort of weird screech, make sure you go that direction and see if you can find out what it is. Oh yeah, like definitely. Just make sure I can't hear you over the speaker, but yeah. But yeah, you definitely want to have it pretty loud because people say that the haggis can be pretty faint. Especially if they're running away from you. They said sometimes you'll bump the haggis without knowing it, and it will give you a warning call. But where it's like almost 200 meters away, the game will sometimes not give you the indicators, and you'll barely hear the noise, and then that's all you'll hear. But it will be in the direction it came from, so. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I have all of mine on 80. But then my master volume and all of them, I have it on the default, which is 80 across all of them. So that way, if I'm playing without my headset, I can still hear everything really well. But yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Any game that I play, I never mess with the audio. I'm always one person that just sets it to the default settings that I think sounds better, and I just leave it. So without my headset, if the game has an option to change it to TV or midnight, those two seem to be the best, along with headphones. I mean, you can just leave it on headphones at all times, and it actually sounds pretty good on open speakers as well. But yeah, I usually set it to TV if it has that option on Storyliner games if I'm not using my headset. And then if I'm using my headset, obviously it's headphones. So, and I just kind of let it be its defaults. I'm sorry, that was my brother that was saying all that. He had my iPod. Micah, I don't know. Like I said, there's been a lot of complaints from Micah the Hunter Man on my channel especially since you got 4th place on that trophy competition. And I'm not saying I don't believe you because I know that you have a brother where he joined in at one point during one of the live streams. But man, if your brother is taking over your mic and doing that, he's going to cost you the place on the channel. So you need to talk with your parents or something and have him where he can no longer get on here if he's going to be rude because I can't tell who it is. There's no way for me to know. And your words alone, unfortunately, I'm sorry, it's not enough for me to believe because it's based off of one channel. So, like I said, man, if your brother is doing this to you, you need to have a talk with him or talk to your parents and keep him from getting on here when you're watching the streams because if that's not you talking, he's going to cost you your spot in the channel, man. Because I won't allow that kind of talk in my streams or anywhere in my channel, buddy. Like I said, that's why I keep it family friendly. And and yeah, guys, I have decided that even during the stream for Requiem, I still would like you guys to keep from cursing in the stream. I know that I'm playing a rated M game. I know that is asking a lot while playing that type of game. But I can't control what's on the screen. I can't control what's in the video game. But I can control what's in my chat, and I really just don't want to be reading that stuff in chat. So you guys are more than welcome to watch the stream and stuff like that. You can abbreviate curse words if you want. I don't care if you guys abbreviate them. That'll be totally fine. But yeah, I don't want it to be like spelled out. But other than that, though, you guys are more than welcome to be yourselves. Otherwise, just nothing vulgar and nothing and abbreviate your curse words if you're wanting to use them to use that kind of language. I don't mind abbreviations during those streams, but during Call of the Wild and everything, there's none of it at all. They really are. They have some interesting noises. I will say that my favorite call on the entire map though is the woodcock. just meep meep. Oh, you did? Oh, dude, I have yet to even get a rare or a diamond of them. Like I've been hunting them too, but I've had terrible luck with the woodcocks as far as trophies. Ooh, not bad. Let's see. Hey, D-Train, so I'm new to grinding. Which is easier, red deer or whitetail? Have you, let me see. Well, honestly, those are both kind of difficult grinds if you're talking about numbers. The whitetail as well as the red deer can go over 1,000 kills on their grinds. But they're easy as far as doing the grinds themselves. It's just hard as far as numbers unless you get lucky. If you're asking for like a great one that can come pretty quick, I would say either moose, on most days the mule deer or pheasant, and then the other one that I think I would go with is the fallow deer. Those seem to be the easiest on the game in my opinion as far as numbers are concerned. But if you're wanting to know, like, if those are the two great ones you're wanting to pursue, I mean, honestly, they're both about equal difficulty depending on the maps that you go on. But Tail War or Red Deer, in my opinion, would be a lot easier to set up for, and they're also a big target, so they're easier to hit. So, in my personal opinion, if I had to choose between, like, ease of the grind itself and not looking at the numbers, I would probably go with Tail War or Red Deer. Would you agree with that, Colton, or no? Yeah, like I said, whitetail is all map dependent, in my opinion. Whitetail, if you're wanting the ease of the grind, it really just depends on which map you go to, and how much torture you want to go through as far as HM. So, red deer are pretty easy though. They have less drink zones and they're easier to manage. So, Tail War or red deer would definitely be the way I would go for ease of the grinds. Wrong, actually, Colton. People are actually describing, and I agree with them. No. Nope. This map. Right here on Scotland. People are saying, because all of them are on the ponds at the top of the map, and they're none of them on the river, and none of the ponds they're on are thick. So everybody is saying that it's actually an extremely underrated map for red deer. If you haven't hunted red deer on Scotland yet, Colton, you need to hunt them. You'll see for yourself. They're in very good locations. And Chopper 2 and 1 as well as Lady Legend actually have gotten great one red deer off this map. As well as foxes. This is actually a goated map for foxes as well. Like oh yeah, and so is the red deer. Now I would not recommend doing the fallow deer or the boar unless you have feeders or feeders for them, because the map is because they're in really thick areas in that bottom part of the river, and I just would not recommend doing the drink zones for those two. But like I said, for drink zone grinding on this map, both the foxes and the red deer are goated. They're very, very good. Who? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he's been in and out today. He's kind of popping in and checking in on us every so often. Or she is, rather. Let me see. I've been doing pretty good, Micah. Just hanging out, man. Micah, like I said, man, that was a warning. It was your last warning, but yeah, like I said, man, I'm not going to ban you right now. You're safe. But like I said, if I see anything else like that coming from your channel, I mean, whether it's you or not, buddy, I just can't allow that. So just keep your brother from getting on if you can, if it really is him. So, like I said, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt for now, Micah, but you're good as long as nothing else like that gets said, buddy. Let me see. You like the Red Deer Great One more anyways? I will say that if you've never got the Red Deer Great One, it is a more fun Great One to get because of how big the antlers are, and honestly, it is more majestic looking than the whitetails in most cases. But I can't agree with you. I think the whitetail's a better Great One. All the racks for the whitetail I don't have any complaints about, and it's the only Great One in the game that I can say that for. All the other great ones in the game have at least one rack that I don't like. Whereas the whitetail, there's none of them. So as far as like favorite great one antlers in the game, it's always going to be whitetail for now for me. But as far as the best great one in my opinion, with the exception of the quad rack, it's the moose. The moose, in my opinion, is still the prettiest great one out of any of them. Closely followed by the mule deer. I will say the mule deer gives it a run for its money depending on the rack that you get. What? Oh, I thought you found something. I don't know. I like any of them besides the corkscrew and the what is it? Yeah. The velvet rack and the corkscrew rack, I don't like them at all. But all the other ones I think are great. I will say though that my favorite one is the drop tine rack, the one with the two big drop tines on both sides. That one's my favorite. That one is my favorite, followed by the heart rack, and then I'd say in third place for me it's the one that I got. The cobweb rack. That one's probably number 3. Yeah. It really is. It's a cool rack. Yeah, those are my top 3 for the muleys. And honestly, I've seen the tiger stripe mule deer, and honestly, I don't care. I actually don't mind that fur. Like, I don't think there's a fur from them that I don't like. I don't really agree with the stripes on the mule deer. I wish that it was just a plain light brown and white. But at the same time, it ain't as bad as it looked in the concept art. The concept art made it look horrible. And I'm sure. Yeah. Oh no! I found a level 2 hare that could have made diamond and it trolled by 0.5. Yeah, he was a 5.01 and 5.6 is diamond. Oh well. Yeah. It really does, man. That's a good combination. I agree with that. I agree with that all the way. Let me see. You're back in the search. I never got the fox. I'm moving. LOL. All right, man. Sounds good. Like I said, if the stream ends tonight, if I get the hankering to get back on the map, I'll go looking for him since I know he's over there in that area. But and I'll put him in a short if I find him. But if I put him in the short, I'll try to give credit to you, and I'll put somewhere in there that I didn't know it was on my map until you said something, so that way you get the credit for finding him. Have you ever played Way of the Hunter? Yes. I loved Way of the Hunter when it first came out, but over time I got burnt out of the game because of the fact that you had to wait for them to age. And I hated having to constantly reset time in order to add years onto the animals. That's really what killed it for me, my friends. So yeah, I did enjoy Way of the Hunter. I think it's a really good game, but I think it had some issues in there, and that's what I ended my support for it. I think a year after it launched. However, whenever Way of the Hunter 2 comes out, I'm actually really looking forward to that because they've said that they're going to try to fix everything that the player said needed to be fixed. And they're adding a lot more animals this time. So if it's a random respawn game where you don't have to wait for the animals to age, or if there's a new way to make them age quicker, I'll be all for it. But I just don't have the patience to wait for them to get older. That's really what killed me, the overall of anything, is just having to wait. I like Call of the Wild's method where you just shoot something and then something random takes its place. Oh yeah. In my opinion, the best hunting games that are out there right now is Way of the Hunter and Call of the Wild. But if you're not willing to put the patience in to wait for animals to age, Call of the Wild is still number 1. Yeah. Oh dang! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Glad you guys are hanging out with me. If you guys are having a good time being here, please make sure you guys join the chat and make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, possibly even more. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are having a good time. This is now my record, so thank you guys. Yeah, that's my record. Thank you guys so much. The most people I had in my stream prior to this was 42, so thank you guys very much. My record is now 50. That is awesome. Thank you guys for the support. That's really cool. Let's see. He is, Micah. He is. Since you play on PlayStation, is there anything cheaper than PlayStation Plus? Honestly, I just do the essentials. For me, as long as I've got the monthly 3 free games every month, and I'm able to play on multiplayer with my wife and my friends, like what we're doing today, I'm good. I don't really care about the big catalogs and stuff. So essentials is what I go with, and I do the yearly thing, so that way you only pay one time a year for it. Yeah, a lot of people see the big chunk of money that it costs for a year, but if you guys think about it, even if it was like, even if it was like $100 and something one time a year, think about all the money you can save up until that month. I mean, you'd be able to pay that like it's easy. Whereas if you're paying monthly, even though it's five to $10 a month, you're actually going to be spending a lot more money throughout the year doing that. So it actually does save you more money to do the yearly thing on any subscription you do. So that way you're only paying one time a year for it. So that's kind of the way I look at things. Is no matter if you get Essentials Plus or Premium, do the yearly. So that way you're only having to worry about one payment a year. If you can. I know it's a big chunk of money up front, but I mean, you wouldn't have to worry about it for 12 more months after that. Yeah, not a problem, Raven. Yeah, that's what I recommend, man. For anybody that wants to have multiplayer on PlayStation and you don't really care about having the extra, like the big catalog of games, just go with Essential. I mean, like, you're going to get multiplayer for 12 months straight where you'll be able to play anything online. And you're also going to be able to get 3 monthly games every single month. So, I mean, for free. So, like I said, to me, that's actually the better deal, just for the bargain hunter out there. Because one time a year of $100 and something compared to, like, you know, plus potentially like $500 something for paying $5 a month. Yeah. Yeah, the yearly is always the better way to go on any subscription, no matter if it's PlayStation or what you're doing in life. If you have to sign up for a subscription, do it yearly. And then just plan it accordingly to your schedule, to your budget. Honestly, I feel like that I've been driving my car for the past 30 minutes to a location, and I got there and don't remember the drive at all. I've been talking to chat so much that I've just been running blindly on the map and haven't even hunted much. I don't even know like how I got to where I am now. I've just been running. Whoops. Guys, I'm sorry on chat. I know that I haven't done much hunting, but it's because I was paying attention to chat and I forgot to hunt. So I've been just blindly running. Oh, I can't find a Haggis doing that. Oh, man. Gotta check all the crevasses. See if there's anything in this crevasse. I don't see anything, though. Unfortunately. Well, I'll see stuff, just not a Haggis. Yeah, it's bouncing between 53 and 58. You had a dog and a trail camera at 1 o'clock this morning? That's funny. The funniest picture I've ever got on a trail camera, Raven, was there was one, it was years ago, but we had this, we hunted in a different part of the state at the time, and we had our own like little cabin that we had restored and whatnot, and we put out trail cameras almost every other year, and there was one year where we put them out, and we ended up, it was probably about, I don't know, 3 miles, like a mile or two from like the nearest house, and that person had a farm. And I kid you not, there was a picture we got that had 5 turkeys and 1 chicken. There was a chicken traveling with a group of 5 turkeys. And every time we'd see those turkeys, he'd be right there with them. Like there was days where one of us would just randomly choose which stands we hunted in. And there was days where I went hunting in that stand and the turkeys would show up and that rooster would be right there with them. Yeah, the chicken he definitely thought that he was a turkey. Yeah, he's like, I ain't a chicken, I'm a turkey. I'm half chicken, half turkey. I'm a turkey. Now, for those of you who are in chat, what we're doing today is that I've only got 4 mods on my channel, so I've invited 3 of them since one of them is on Xbox. He can't join us, unfortunately. But that's she can't join us. That's Raven. But Colton and Zira and Wolf Boss was supposed to be on, but he hasn't made his appearance yet. But What we're doing is that I put about 30 to 50 hours on this map, and I have all the missions completed, but I've never found my Haggis. So today I decided to reward my mods because I haven't done anything directly for them yet, and by allowing them to come onto my map and help me look for my Haggis. So for those of you who are wondering like what the plan was, that's what we're currently doing. And the reason you can't hear Colton or anybody on my map is for privacy reasons. So that's the reason why you can't hear them. I don't put in people's voices out there because some people wouldn't want their voices to be out in public. So that's why you can only hear me. But if Colton or Zero or anybody says anything that I think needs to be restated, I'll let you guys know what they said and how I reply to it. But yeah, we're hoping that we'll be able to find this Haggis today because I've been all over this map. My map is just covered in feed zones and rest zones, and I just haven't been able to find nothing. Bunch of red deer. One of them is one of them that I've been managing a while. I see that group all the time over here. There's a little level 4 in there, and I just never shot him. Do what? Yes, that is actually a guarantee. If they ever remaster the red deer great ones, yes, I would definitely do a grind on this map. I've already got my red deer off Teowara, so I'd like to change it up if I ever did them again. And this map is pretty goated for red deer. So yeah, if they ever remaster the great ones for that species, I'll definitely do another grind. But unfortunately, it's the only way I'll do it because they all look alike in my opinion. The only difference is that their racks are a little bit bigger than others. And even though there's some that have more points, you just can't even tell because of all the vines that's in the antlers. So unless they ever remaster the great ones and give more variety, I'm just not going to return to the red deer grind. But I will always shoot them. I love red deer. They're my favorite antlered animal in the game. I'm just not going to be grinding them anymore unless they make changes. What's up, William? Hope you're doing well, man. As I tell everybody, make yourself at home and chat. Talk about whatever you want to. Just keep it family friendly. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Is it okay if you tell a long deer story? If you think you can get it out in a few paragraphs, you can. But where I'm kind of distracted, it'd be hard for me to read off your entire story. But if you want to put it out there for if you don't mind putting it out there for everybody else and people are interested in it, I don't mind. Just like I said, if it's a long story, I probably won't read it out loud, but I'll read it as you post it, and then I'll give my reaction once you say the story's done. If you want to do it that way, I prefer to keep it short though, if you can. If you can paraphrase it a little bit and keep it and make it a shorter story, that'd be a little bit better. All right, Raven. Hope you have a good night. We're going to be streaming for another 30 minutes, and then I'll have to end the stream for the night. Golly, those 4 hours, that went by fast, man. Yeah, I'm really starting to think that this is bugged on the older accounts. Like I said, I have at least 40 plus hours on this map now, and all the missions have been done since they first revealed the Haggis. So, I mean, like, I've been everywhere on this map, and for hours on end, and I never even found my Haggis. So I am pretty sure that the Haggis is bugged for older accounts right now, and I hate saying that. But if that turns out to be the case, if they do confirm that, if the devs ever come out and say that it is in fact bugged for the map, yeah, I'm not going to be Haggis hunting anymore. I'll open it up to multiplayer and we'll just join in because until they put out a patch, there's no point in hunting Haggis if you know it's not going to be there. Caught a deer? What'd you do, jump out of the tree stand? Well, Colton says that him and his dad was out fishing and there was a group of deer and one of them was a baby deer swimming across the water, and they drove up and picked up the baby and took it to the land. So he technically caught a deer. That's cute. Oh gosh, the only thing the only experience I've had with a white-tailed deer besides hunting them, a long time ago, I used to have a job where I traveled around the state, and the job was horrible. I liked what I did, I just didn't like who I worked for. But the job was basically going around and showing off this vacuum cleaner like at random people's houses. And I was over in the eastern side of Kentucky, and there was a guy that we decided to try to go show the vacuum cleaner off to, and out of nowhere, me and about three of my other partners are waiting in the van because it was going to be our last stop, so we had to wait for like an hour for this other guy to get done with his demo of the vacuum cleaner, and there was a random baby doe that just walks out from behind the house and comes over to the car and just lays its head in my lap because it's a van and I'm just sitting there next to the car door with the car door open because our guy wouldn't let us have the air conditioning on. It was the middle of summer, so it was miserable. And this little white-tailed doe just comes out, little baby. I mean, like she had just lost her spots. It looked like she was so small, and she just walks up and puts her head in my lap, and I got to pet her, and she was the most gentlest little deer I've ever seen. She was so cute, and the owner of the house decided to come out and talk to us about her. He said that he had found her in a rose bush whenever she was a newborn, and that bottle fed her for a few days because she realized that the mom had not been back. And after a while, he called the animal rescue center and asked them what he could do with it. And they said that he could either adopt the deer because deer act just like dogs. They really can become attached to owners and stuff as long as you protect them and watch out for them. Or he could raise it until it's old enough to be released back into the wild, and then he could just take it somewhere and drop it off, and it should be able to fend for itself. So he decided to start bottle feeding this little baby deer, and the mama never showed up. And it was right around like August. He said he found the deer, and it was already November, and the mama had still not showed up. So he said that he thinks the mom got killed during deer season. So for about a year, he bottle fed that little deer and actually fell in love with her, and he decided to adopt her as a pet. So he took it down to the animal shelter, which they tagged her ear to show that she was protected. And yeah, he said he named her Rosebud because he found her in a rose bush, and she loves attention and people to death. And he said that she may never leave the house, or then again she may leave one of these days and never come back. But he said that until she does, he's going to keep her as a pet. And I thought that was one of the sweetest and beautiful stories I'd ever heard. So yeah, that's like the only experience outside of hunting with a whitetail that I've had. Yeah, it was a beautiful story, and it was a beautiful deer. But yeah, Rosebud, she was a doll. She was so little. You had a dog show up recently, and it was a mix between a pointer and a beagle, and you're going to keep it. That's nice. Yeah, that's always really cool. If you can rescue an animal and you have the means to be able to keep them, I mean, if they're gentle and love people, that's always commendable. I always really respect people that want to rescue animals that from the wilds. Your brother shot a 12 pointer 2 years ago, and he was hunting with him this year, and the same deer showed up, and it had a hole in it. It was the biggest deer I shot at, and I missed. Oh, that's rough, man. That's rough. My wife had a chance at a doe this last year, and she ended up missing it too. So it's always rough when that happens, but it's part of hunting. Like they say with fishing, they call it fishing, not catching. But with hunting, they call it hunting, not killing. So it's going to happen sometime. The biggest buck I've ever missed was actually 2 years ago during the rut over in the western part of Kentucky. I had a ginormous 8-pointer that came out. He was chasing does, and I was using a new rifle that I was using the elk hunt with earlier in the year, and I hadn't shot it in forever, so I forgot that it had a soft trigger on it, which means that the trigger will come all the way back before the gun will actually shoot. Where most triggers are snap triggers, as I call them, which is basically where they're just really hard, and all of a sudden they just snap backwards and shoot whenever you get there. So I went to shoot this deer, and I forgot that the trigger was soft. So I started to pull back the trigger, and it didn't go off when I expected, and I ended up pulling the gun up above the deer and shot over top of him. So that guy was a beast. I mean, it was probably around the same size as the one that I killed in 2016, if not maybe bigger. But he was beautiful. He was chasing does, and he had that big swelled up neck. Just it hurt. It hurt so bad to miss that thing. Dude, I don't know where this haggis would be. I mean, I've searched my map so much today. I wouldn't say I've searched. I've gotten distracted by chat a lot, and I've been running mostly, but. I mean, like I said, though, I mean, I've given my efforts to death, so it's not like I haven't seen these places before, but yeah, I don't know where my haggis could be if it ain't bugs. I've been all over this map. Again, for those of you who are in my chat, we're now at 65 people. My gosh, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying being here. But as you guys can see, my map is peppered. And yeah, I have not been able to find this Haggis. I've had all the missions done since the start of the map, and I've basically been searching him since then. So honestly, I may have hundreds of hours into this now that I think about it, because I've been hunting him since the release of Scotland. So yeah, I probably have over 100, and I just never thought of that. But yeah, I've been trying my best to find him, and I just can't find him. Also, for any of you guys that may be new to the channel, my name is D-Train Games. I've been doing Call of the Wild since 2017. I've been doing streaming for Call of the Wild since late 2023. And I have all the great ones in the game except for a small handful of ones that I'm not interested in. And I have over $4 million. I am primarily a grinder, but I also like to do free roam. We do 3 streams a week. We try to, well, at least we aim to do 3 streams a week that are 3 to 4 hours apiece. And we also do multiplayer streams at the end of every month where I'll invite other PlayStation players to come onto my maps and hunt with me. So if any of you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, please make sure you guys like and subscribe. We also reach out and do some storyliners every so often, such as Resident Evil Requiem when it comes out next week. But 80% of my channel is Call of the Wild and other hunting games. Let me see. What time of day is it getting to be? 17:25? Nice. I'm sorry? Have I ever been on vacation before? Yes. It's been a while though, but yes. Do what? What did I get? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Honestly, the last vacation I was on was whenever me and my wife got married a few years ago. So we ended up going to Myrtle Beach, and then prior to our wedding, the last vacation I went on that really mattered was with my family. That was years ago, like probably 11, 12 years ago. And we went up to Nova Scotia, to Canada, and New York City. And while I was in Nova Scotia, my dad and I went out on a charter boat, and I caught 45 fish in 1 hour because we had 3 hooks on one line, and I was like right in the middle of the school where everybody else on the boat. I think the next person below me had caught like 25. So I doubled his number, and and the captain he let me drive the boat back to dock, which was awesome. So that was the last vacation I did before my wife and I went to Myrtle Beach. South Carolina. Oh, what's up, Wolf? I'm sorry to say that you couldn't make it into the stream in time, man. We only have 30 minutes left, so I'm probably going to just keep it as zero and Colton. But I'll try to. But if you can make it into another stream in the future, we'll try to find time for you to help me on the map as well in the future. Okay? But where there's only 30 minutes left, I just don't want to close the map and restart it for that reason. Yes, I have been to Florida, but I was a kid. The last time I was in Florida, I was a little bitty thing. So it's been a while. My parents, my dad just went to Florida though. He actually just got back from it. He went to Lake Okeechobee here recently, and he caught in total he was there for 2 weeks. The first week he couldn't fish at all because the weather was so bad down there. But last week he got to actually go out and fish for the crappies, and he caught 43 crappies within that week. And they were all keepers. Yeah, so that was crazy. Yes, and it's one of the most popular bass fishing lakes, and it's actually a shallow lake. Dad said that at the deepest point it's like 15 feet. So most of the place you go, you can actually just see the fish swimming around, even though it's dirt, even though it's like brackish water, so they have to be like near the top. But Dad said the water was like a blackish green. He said it was one of the most unique colors he's ever seen of a lake. He said it was like almost black, but like an off black, if that makes sense. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. Well, golly. Yeah, like I said, I've been on vacation several times in my life, but I haven't. But most of my life has been revolved around Kentucky and Tennessee. Most of the time, if we went on vacation, we went to like Dale Hollow Lake in Tennessee. Most of the time, if we were going to go anywhere. So I've only like left those 2 states like maybe twice in my life, or well, in like the last 15 years, that is. Well, that's cool. For everybody in chat, in case you guys are wondering, Colton and I are just talking about different vacation spots, and he's just let me know places he's been, in case you guys are wondering. Micah asked the question, why do you think everybody's interested in being here? Simply because it's a haggis, and because how popular the haggis is, and obviously people want to see if we find him. So, I'm guessing that's the reason why, but I'm thankful for whatever the reasons are. Like I said, I'm a very small YouTuber, so any support I get, I'm very thankful for. So, as long as you guys are enjoying it, like I said, make sure you guys like it, so that way I know you guys enjoyed the stream, and also subscribe if you guys want to come back next week and see my next streams. Like I said, we aim to do 3 of them a week, and the next Friday, we're going to be doing Resident Evil Requiem, since it launches on midnight Thursday. So, we're trying to do 2 Call of the Wild streams next week, and maybe a deer hunting camp stream if I feel like changing it up. And then we'll end the week with Requiem. If any of you guys are interested in that. Yeah. Also, guys, don't forget, for anybody who's in the stream, if you guys are on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, our closest stream to Friday will be our multiplayer stream next week, because we try to do 1 multiplayer stream per month where I'll let you guys come onto my maps and hunt with me. Just like I said, make sure you guys keep your distance from everybody. No great ones or super rares are allowed to be taken, so if you guys find those, let me know. But all gold rares and below are more than welcome to be shot. So if you guys are on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 and you guys don't mind those rules, you can feel free to jump in and play with us. Unfortunately, my internet is only strong enough to hold 6 people, so I'm only able to have 5 other people on the map besides myself. But it is first come, first serve, and if people ever leave the map, you're more than welcome to take their place. Micah, that's okay, man. Like I said, let's not point anything out, because it might make people feel like they're being put in the spotlight. So don't call anybody out for like how many likes compared to how many people are in the stream, because I don't want people to be like feeling like they're in the spotlight for not doing stuff. People are definitely not required to hit like, man. Like I said, the like button allows other people to find my channel, and it also helps the algorithm. It allows other people to find the channel easier by hitting the like button. But it also adds a like video to people's like videos playlists, and some people don't like that playlist being filled up. So like I said, subscriptions is what we're mainly after right now, but it's up to the people. I mean, like I said, it's up to them if they want to just jump in and see the streams. But if they don't really want to subscribe, but it's still fine. I'll take whatever support they want to give. I don't want to make anybody feel like that they must subscribe or else. So, like I said, I just take what I can get. When is the multiplayer stream? Again, it will be, if we're having 3 streams next week, it'll be the stream closest to Friday. So, for example, if we have a stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday next week, then our multiplayer stream would be on Wednesday. Again, over the weekend, this weekend, either tomorrow or Sunday, I'll put out my stream schedule on the post section on my channel, so that way you guys know when I'm going live next week. Every weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday, I always will post what days we're going to be live and what times. Dude, honestly, I don't know how I feel about this, everybody. I know there's not very many people talking in chat at the moment, but whether you are or not, I really am starting to believe that it's bugged on older accounts. I've been hunting for this haggis since the haggis was revealed. I have peppered my map with drink zones and feed zones, and I literally hunt from daylight till dark in game. And I'm also using the skill where you can unlock other feed zones, which I actually need to go and use that again. And I still have had no sign of my haggis. So I'm really thinking that it is bugged, and unfortunately it's just not on my map right now because of that bug. So I really don't know what to do with my hag. I'll keep hunting for it, but at the moment it just looks like that I'm just very unlucky with the positioning that I'm in every time. Or it's just simply not here. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll get him in time, or I'm hoping that we just hear something from Expansive Worlds. They've been very quiet on this. And I was really hoping that they would have already addressed it. But I'm hoping they address it soon, where they let people know if it is a bug and what their plans are to do with it, or if it isn't a bug and it's just simply we're not finding it. Because, like I said, I put a lot of time into this, and I've still just never even spotted them. And it's just You're fine. You're good, Colton. Well, that just gave me, that didn't give me any feed zones that I saw, so unfortunately that was a dud roll, as I call it. I don't know where this old hag is. I've been looking for it forever. Honestly, if I do find the haggis, I mean, it would be really nice if it turns out that it was bugged, and whenever they fix the bug, it'd be very nice if Expansive Worlds could like be able to see how many hours you spent on Scotland, and if you're over 100, it's going to guarantee you a diamond haggis. Like they wouldn't have to tell you like where it is, and you would still have to hunt for it. But it would be nice if they could just immediately make sure that anybody's accounts that were bugged would be like gifted a diamond haggis for their efforts. That's just the way I look at it. If they could just, if there was any way for Call of the Wild to determine how much time you spent on the map, and it turns out that it was bugged, it would just be nice if they would give you that as like a compensation for it. In my personal opinion. Again, that might be a little bit too far, but there's a lot of people that just poured their heart and souls into this hunt and just still have not even found it because their accounts are bugged. If that's the case. Alright guys, give me just 1 second. I'm going to go on mute for a minute and I'm going to leave the game just temporarily. Don't go anywhere. Like I said, I'm going to be right back. I just got to use the restroom real quick. So I'm going to step away for just a minute and I'll be right back with you all. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Micah, again, man, look at the start of your last sentence. I'm just trying to point something out to you. If you look at one of your last sentences, you literally start by saying, I know that nobody wants to do anything with me. Dude, you're like gaslighting people and then asking them if they'll play with you. You're trying to guilt trip people into doing stuff with you. Okay? Nobody's going to be wanting to do that if you're guilt tripping them first. If you're wanting someone to play with you, you can just simply ask in the chat, does anybody want to play with me after the stream? If you point people out like that, man, nobody's going to want to do anything with you because of the way that you talk to them. I'm just trying to give you advice there, but I mean, like I said, don't guilt trip people before you ask for favors, because most people they won't do it because of that reason. So but I will go ahead and do this anyways. If there is anybody that would like to join Micah after the chat and want to play with him on his account, you guys are more than welcome to. But yeah, just politely ask people if they want to play with you, Micah, and don't put anything else in there, man. That's kind of wrong. Yeah, I know. Thank you guys so much for the support. 70 people is insane for my channel, so thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves. Like I said, please make sure you guys help grow my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 this year, maybe even more. So if you guys don't mind to hit the subscription button to help us grow the channel. Again, we try to stream 3 days a week. I'm mostly a Great One grinder, and we stream for about 3 to 4 hours at a time. So we mostly do Call of the Wild, but we also play a few other hunting and fishing games. And then every so often, we'll also branch out and play some storyliners. So next week, we are doing Resident Evil Requiem on Friday, if you guys are interested in that. So I really would appreciate all your support, guys. And also, for those of you who may be wanting to join the streams next week, over the weekend, this weekend, either tomorrow or Sunday, I will put my schedule out on my posts. If you go to my channel and go to the post section, I will be putting on there at some point this weekend what my streaming schedule for next week is. So that way you guys will know when I'm going live. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great time. And I'm sorry there ain't much being killed right now, but again, we're trying to keep from spooking the haggis if it happens to be on the map. So we're not really hunting as much as we are searching. But if we do see something we want to pop, we'll definitely give it some love. I'm currently just trying to look in these pink flowers because a lot of haggises have been found buried in these flowers. So I'm down here in this valley looking through them. You know, honestly, the coolest thing about this stream is that I was going to be hunting from daylight till dark, and it literally seems that 4 hours in real life time is what it takes to get from daylight to dark. Because we started at 5:45 in the morning in game, and it's now 18:27, which means nighttime is going to be approaching soon in the game. And we're already 10 minutes away from the stream coming to an end. So that was it's kind of like perfect timing in a way. So one full in-game day takes about 4 hours in real life, apparently. What was that? Oh, the track. Okay, never mind. Need to zoom out with binoculars a little bit. I'm a little bit too far in. I'm going to look across the valley there, see if I see anything. Not seeing any movement, man. Seeing some rabbits. Nothing impressive, though. Micah, look, man. I'm not going to answer these questions anymore, okay? You guys ignore my dog. She's seeing something in the background and behind the house. But Micah, if I thought you were really that big of a problem, you would have been banned from my channel a long time ago, man. So that's all I should really have to answer there. I don't have to explain myself about how I view you. If I thought you were bad and I didn't want you on my channel, you would not be here. Okay? So please just drop the subject and just learn to be respectful and nice and try your best to ask people if you think that they're meaning something a certain way, but don't ask it in a mean way. I mean, like I said, just be respectful and courteous to others, man, and just be thankful for however I involve you in the channel if you do get involved in the channel in some way, and yeah, you'll be good. But yeah, I'm not going to answer any more questions like that, man, because we've been going back and forth now for over an hour since that last situation happened, and I'm getting tired of it. So. That's my answer for you. If I thought you were that bad, you would not be here. But again, the more you talk about it, man, the more that things come up, the more issues that I'll see that you have on the channel. So just try to improve, man. That's all I can really say. Is that red grouse black? No. Nope, it's just the lighting. Okay. For a minute there, I thought I found a black red grouse, and I was thinking, I was getting excited. I didn't think there was mellas, but nope, it was just in a dark area. I don't know. The only rare I found is a piebald. Mm. Am I muted? Well, for some weird reason there, my headset wasn't wanting to mute, and now it's working. Hang on one second. Hmm. Sorry, guys. My dog was whining at something in the backyard. It turns out we have 2 does in the backyard. That's kind of cool. We're in a Hunter Call of the Wild stream, and I have deer in the backyard in real life. That's neat. Honestly, I'm not sure. Savannah, is it a baby and a doe, or is it just 2 fully grown ones? Oh, 2 full grown ones. The way you said "oh" right then, I'm so sorry if that depresses you. I mean, I like babies too, but come on, Colton. Deer are deer. What's up, Wolf? Welcome back, man. We got about 5 minutes left in the stream. We've been going for about 4 hours now, so we're gonna end the stream here shortly. We're in the very last bit of daylight on the game, so if the Haggis is gonna show up, it's gonna show up pretty soon. And like I said, guys, I will consider doing this again with subscribers in the future. It won't be next week, but maybe in a couple weeks' time, if I still haven't found the Haggis, I may do another multiplayer stream and let my subscribers join rather than just mods. But again, if you guys do join the map and you find the Haggis, don't tell me about it and you shoot it. And you're a subscriber to my channel, you will be banned from the channel and you will no longer be allowed to be on our multiplayer streams. I will report you on Call of the Wild, and I'll also ban you from YouTube. So make sure that you guys are always following my rules during multiplayer, because be respectful to me and I'll be respectful to you. But again, it's not a guarantee. That may not even happen. Like I said, it just depends. Especially for my first Haggis. I just don't want to risk anybody coming in and deciding they want to troll me, so. Oh, okay. Let me see. No, Micah, that will not be happening. This is something that I do. My wife is not wanting to be involved in any way. She helps support my channel by making my banners, and she's very, very supportive of me and my dreams. But other than that, she lets this be a thing that I do. She doesn't really want her voice out there or to be parts of my streams or anything, and I respect that. So no, she'll probably not make an appearance on the channel, but she does support everything, and she does appreciate the growth that you guys give me. I have not seen a rare badger, and I have not seen a diamond badger. And honestly, Colton, if you want to hunt them a little bit for the last 10 minutes, you can. I know that's not a lot of time, but yeah, they're an animal I haven't even touched. So they have the highest chance of diamonds and rares right now, or at least some of them. Honestly, just go ahead. Oh, the piebalds look really cool for them. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've hunted some badgers. I just haven't really I've just kind of picked them off here and there though. I haven't actually went after them. But yeah, I've mostly been hunting up here looking for the haggis. So like everything in the bottom part of my map is pretty much just undiscovered. I think the only things that I've really like hunted down there is the woodcocks and the fallow deer. I don't think I've really touched anything else. Maybe a small handful of them badgers, but those for the missions. Colton Wolfall says hey to you. D-Train, did you see the super rare I got? I did, Wolf. He was beautiful, man. I reacted to it too. If you didn't see what I said, I told you congratulations, and I said that I'm hoping that I get mine soon because I still because it's killing me that I've went 4,000 hours in the game and haven't even seen one super rare potential. I've seen gold rares that could have made diamonds, but they were one level below max score. So that's with full HM and everything. I've never seen a max level animal with a rare color. So that is the one trophy I want above anything else in the game right now. Is just any kind of antlered super rare. I mean, other super rares would be cool, but I really want an antlered species if I could choose. It's on the Discord if you want to go check. It is a level 3 piebald whitetail. Yeah, he's pretty. He's a pretty one. And honestly, super rares, in my opinion, are just as good as great ones. Like even with a full HM and everything, in my opinion, if you get a super rare, it's the equivalent of a great one, in my opinion, in most cases. At least that's the way I look at it. It's just as good, if not, I wouldn't say better, but I'd say it's just as good as getting a great one. As far as how rare they are. Alright, guys. Colton Zero, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Unfortunately, it is now getting too dark on the game to be able to see footprints or anything without a flashlight. I think that's going to be good enough to call it nighttime, and plus it's only a minute now until 7 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and have to leave the map and have to end the stream. I hope you guys have had fun watching the stream today. For all of you who have joined me, thank you so much for setting my new viewer record. Please make sure you guys help grow the channel, like the stream if you guys want to, and please make sure you guys subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. Again, over the weekend, I will have my streaming schedule out for you all. But until next time, guys, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.